Hey everybody, this is Masking JC of the Annie Gaming Nexus, and I just want to touch upon a little topic related to the future of the Japanese game industry and Japanese development in general when it comes to domestic sales, international sales, and where things are going with that industry right now. So it's no surprise, we know for the past few years that Japan right now is imploding when it comes to console sales. It's become very apparent and very obvious for many years now that due to the Japanese work ethic, the whole traveling aspect of Japan, the whole everything, that there's just not enough time for your usual Japanese gamer to really buy a console. That's why you see sales for handheld games and mobile games increasing, because those games are more appealing to someone who doesn't have time to just sit home and play games. This is for someone who's always out, always moving, going to work, on the go, yada yada. So that's why you see PS Vita, 3DS, mobile games, of course, have completely engulfed Japanese console sales. And because of this has led to some developers in Japan choosing to license and localize their games outside Japan, mostly to Asia and Europe, because if you have a shrinking in game industry that does not want to buy any console games, and you have shrinking console game sales, the industry is not where it was many years ago. It's not where it was 5 or 10 years ago. And right now, developers in Japan right now have to choose, okay, if we're gonna make a game, do we need to give it a handheld version, or should we just localize it to Europe or Asia? And for the most part, most of them are localizing their games to different countries outside Japan, because one, console gaming is still very popular to the majority of the world outside Japan. Is very popular. Europe, United States, South America, North America, Asia, yada yada yada. It's still a very popular way of gaming. Even though mobile gaming is huge right now, console gaming is not going anywhere anytime soon. Just look at the PS4 sales in general. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. And it's a way to make back most of the budget, most of the money they spent on the game, if they're not going to make that money in Japan. Because think about it, if you're making a AAA Japanese game, you definitely have to localize it at one point, because Japan itself is not going to fully make up the cost that went into developing that game. So right now, we've seen this for the past few years. Games that you thought would not be localized in a million years at all are all of a sudden coming to the West. And this is mostly in part to, like I said, the Japanese gaming industry right now is not very console friendly. And this also has some part to do with the increased popularity of PC gaming, the popularity of the PS4 in general as well. So those two play a factor, but definitely the biggest, most driving factor is the fact that Japanese developers cannot recoup the money they make in Japan alone. That's why, games are coming out. Games that you think are only on the Vita or the PS3 are getting PS4 versions as well to appeal to the West, to make that money back also, because it's not worth it to make a big budget game, or even a moderately big budget game at all in Japan as a Japanese developer, and just leave it in Japan. It's not going to work out anymore. You have to broaden your horizons. You have to reach out to different parts of the world in order to get that money back. And this is a good thing. I know saying the death of the Japanese gaming industry is a good thing might seem weird to you guys, but it's a good thing for international fans as well. It's a good thing for consumers worldwide, globally. And it's a good thing for fans, in places who are fans of Japanese games that would have to import their game and not be able to understand what the fuck they're reading because they can't speak Japanese. This is very good, because you're not only catering to the Japanese fans as well, but you're catering to the international fans who want to play the game and who want to enjoy it in their own language. So it's good for the developer as well because, like I said, they're making back the money that they're spending on developing these games. So for the most part, yes, the whole collapse, I wouldn't say collapse, but the whole shrinking down of the Japanese game industry for consoles sucks. But internationally, worldwide, it is pretty much a good thing because it is forcing some of these developers to be like, wake up, hey, wake up. We have to make this money back. Our Japanese community isn't supporting this game, so we have to give it to other parts of the world. Let's see if we can make a book on it in different parts, like Europe or North America, South America, Australia, whatever. So for the most part, it's a good thing in the long run. And it's just something I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to talk about because it's been something that I've been noticing for years now, and it's becoming more apparent. It's become more apparent this year, and with the major, huge, insane popularity of the PS4, because a lot of developers are seeing that and they're thinking to themselves, okay, we can hop on the PS4 bandwagon right now and also make back that money using that as a way to recoup some of these losses. So it's just something that's you want to think about. It's just something to think about for the most part. And I think we're going to see a lot of interesting things coming in the coming years due to the more localized efforts of most Japanese developers. So yeah, that's just my thoughts right there in general. So I think right now, if you're a fan of Japanese gaming like I am, if you're a fan of Japanese titles in general, Japanese companies, Japanese developers, then keep an eye out on what's making it to the West, what's making it to your country, because you're going to be seeing a lot of games localized that you thought would never be localized in 1,000 years. Like, holy shit. Did anyone expect Dragon Quest Heroes to get localized? Like, wow. That was crazy. But yeah, this has been Masculine JC. Keep on keeping on, guys. Give me your thoughts down below. And be sure to check out my Twitter account, because, I have a Twitter account, so check that out. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, bye, guys. Have a great day. Later.